Yeah, okay, mate. Sorry for late reply. I know you sent this morning. It is down today. It's actually saying it's down 16%. I'm not sure if that's true or not, or is that 16% drop? I'm not sure. I honestly didn't even look at it yet. I just got it up in my chart. So, yeah, new coin called B3. Not looking to FOMO, of course, but yeah. Yeah. That it's interesting. It's saying it's down 15% today. It's a real shame. Didn't see this. Is this base the actual coin base? That's 132% in a day. 180%. Yeah. Real shame. Real shame. Late to see this. Now, if I just show you something now, it's probably not going to. If this automatically reminds me of Aerodrome, if you mind Aero when Aero launched. Now, of course, it's different in many ways, but the base here, see this base and the base on base, right? That was a 10-minute. It rocketed, it pulled back, it dipped, it consolidated, and then obviously you can see what happened. Fantastic. But anyway, I just thought I would share that thought. Of course, this continued to rocket. But what is interesting is, this base here, right? See this sort of base. Of course, this was more of a slant on it. We could even draw it along there. There's a bit of something there. I'm going to move this. We'll maybe move that up there. We can kind of see that there is a similarity. This is a larger time frame. This is a daily time frame. This is a 10-minute time frame. But I'm just saying, after big moves, consolidations, you can get that bottom and get that next leg higher. Sometimes in these they can go parabolic, and that's obviously why you're asking about this coin, because you maybe thought that there may be more room to the upside on this coin. So let's look into it. Now this is CryptoCheck strength candles. It should be getting released any day now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's today or tomorrow. I didn't get time. I'm not sure if George had time to do it. But any day now it should be getting released. But you can see, how fantastic that would be. I was going to draw a trend line there anywhere. It doesn't really matter where you kind of draw it, because obviously it broke out of the base. I suppose there's a pretty good one. It ran under the neckline. That's probably perfect actually. It was across the neckline, it hit here, and then once we broke out there, it absolutely rocketed to the upside. And then it had the capitulation volume to top it out, right? At this point in time, we still have declining volume. I would like to see some sort of breakout in that volume there to change the downtrend, I suppose. This also had a downtrend, but look what happened right here. That was a change in trend. That was a change in trajectory of the market from, yes, the price was already rising, slightly rise here and a deeper pullback, 50% pullback or whatever it was, 61% pullback. And then, but here the price did not break out yet, but we had an increase in that volume, and the increase in volume broke out in the trend line. We could look for something similar here that is going to break out in that trend. Now, you could also, like if I just delete all this off there, now very roughly, it's not an exact science and it doesn't always play out, but it's something to watch. Like you can see the downtrend here, but that downtrend here ran right into somewhere here, okay? But you can see that right here there was a breakout in volume, right? And from that breakout in volume, right, well, yes, it was a move here, but the breakout in volume then allowed the the retrace and the dip to get bought up again, because there was an increase in volume compared to what there was here. So I'm just saying it's something to look out for, because we have declined in volume here, and we may we probably should be looking out for some sort of breakout in that volume as well. Now, if you don't get the breakout in volume, it may be a clue that it's not ready to run big. So of course you don't know it's ready to run big, but you can see the clues. Like this was a clue. Look at the low volume, and then the volume came in and it rose until you got complete capitulation up here. It's hard to know if you could have thought that this was capitulation, but obviously the buyers were strong and you know, it tried to pull back and it just couldn't, and went higher again, and we got an even larger capitulation. So at this point in time, it is in a larger consolidation that we need to keep an eye on to try and figure out what the story is here and where it's going to coil into, and is it ready for another run. So as you can see here, it's not the first time they've had these sort of patterns. There's a bit of a clue there in the fact that, you know, this was a higher low, right? Before it was running, it did test into there, but there was a pullback off it and a higher low before kind of breaking out and running. This looks to be still consolidating. It's down 16%. I just want to move up here to get a look. Yeah, strength candles. So very important there. The strength candles were, you know, green on the multiple, kind of green on the 1 hour and green on the 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm just saying about this base. But the base can give clues, of course, and you know, you want the base to be kind of breaking out, finding where the base is going to break out, and kind of, you know, maybe get on board that. And you know, I think we have to kind of use there. Can we get on board before there? You know, that's what we need to find out. Is it going to hold here on a base, and is it going to break up? If it starts to break this line right here, coming across here on the 1 hour time frames, not including the wicks, you have to be really interested and really watching, because this has already formed a nice base. These new coins can go pretty parabolic. Granted, this is already up huge, and disappointing. We kind of missed that. For now, it's bearish. We don't want to be jumping the gun yet. There's a bearish stop hunt right here, but you have to admire the potential pattern here. What I like to look for in this type of pattern when you get this sort of setup, well, you would like to see a failure, I suppose, and that failure often incurs having another bullish 4 hour stop hunt, right? That would be the earliest you would be trying to get on board here. But the likelihood is that it's probably better to trade a new day, but it's now down 17-18% as it's dropping. But I would watch on a new 4 hour for a bullish 4 hour stop hunt. That's if you're knife catching and you want to try and even get a trade for an oversold bounce because it's down 18%. But all in all, it's probably best to be trading a new day, you know, to see, because if it does this, it's a real sign of strength. It's a powerful sign of strength that then this is probably going to do that. So the dip into the wick tomorrow can be the buying opportunity if this is an extremely strong coin. So a small dip down, you find that strength in the small dip down, and it flips green. If this is base, I thought base didn't have a coin. Is this new? Is this actually base's coin? So if it is, that's very interesting. I'm not sure of the market cap or anything, but if it is, you can imagine there'll be a lot of hype around it, and dips into this wick. You see the way there are higher lows there as well. That's another like telltale sign that these higher lows may in fact hold. You know, there's no question it's a bad rejection. If it's strong, it would continue. Let's look at it. Yeah, I mean, you can see the bad rejection there, but you know, that doesn't mean it's dead in the water or anything. There's many times in strong coins that do this back up, and it catches everybody off guard, and before you know it, it's pushing through the highs again and done something like this. And I'm not saying it is doing this, but I'm just thinking if it's the real base coin, there should be a lot of hype behind it, even though it is up a couple of 100%. So, you know, the weekly is strong. It's launched strong off the weekly. It may just need a new week, as you can see here. You know, what if it's just going to do something like that? That's always a possibility. If we look at Arrow here, this did finish up, you know, pretty strong into the close, and then the next, this is a monthly candle, by the way, sorry, and then it did run hard. Of course, I'm showing this on a weekly chart, but it may develop the same first monthly candle is what I'm trying to get at. Obviously, you know, there's 3 days left. Oh no, sorry, what am I saying? There's not 3 days left. There's 15 days left, so it could finish fairly strong here. And then on a new month, you can see that's when Arrow, you know, really took fire and took light and continued higher. So there is something very nice about this coin. Whatever it is, it's strong off the open. It had that strong 10-minute base and broke up sharp and fast, 200%, and now it's forming that larger base that's consolidating here. But as you can see here, there is similarities in these two launches. If this is very strong, it should not dip too much lower. At the moment, it is red on the 12-hour. You know, in forming this base that we're looking at. So I think the best thing to do is watch a new day. We need to watch it very carefully. The dips on a new day into the wick look good. It's still down 18% here. I usually do like to buy below, see that, because this stop hunted here. I like, see the way, that didn't stop on actually. No more examples of it there. Yeah, there's no stop hunts there really. But anyway, I do like to potentially buy below this candle because of this stop hunt here. So below there somewhere, I think we need to watch very carefully. If I flick to the daily, you can see what that is. That the daily is filling the wick down here. We don't know if it's going to close there, of course, yet, but let's see. So I think watch filling this wick tomorrow in here. If it's truly strong, it could get a move back up. Otherwise, you know, if it gets a small doji candle or something, you know, then we need to start watching a new 3-day candle. And the new 3-day candle, what we want to see is something very, very similar. For the bulls, you know, dips into this lower wick here. Of course, we don't know if it's going to form like that yet. There's still 1 day and 10 hours to go, but that's the formation you would want to see in a strong trend. Anyway, mate, yeah, very well spotted on the new coin. Definitely good to keep an eye on. And yeah, let's see how it goes tomorrow.